All right, everybody. Very good evening. This is Amir Akhtar from Coding Invaders. Hello, everybody. I hope you are doing well and staying safe. Very good evening to all of you. So, I can see a good number of people have already joined in. So, I'm really very happy and I'm very much thankful that you guys have taken your time and giving us your time. So, definitely, we'll make sure that we will make this webinar one of the most valuable webinar for you all. All right, so I'm just doing a little warm up and I'll just see how many people have joined in. So before I start, guys, I just wanted to know from your end, you beautiful people, if you guys can let me know that if you guys can see me or hear me well, just give me a thumbs up or you can say, yes, Amir, you can, I can hear you. That would be a great for me to just start the webinar. So can you guys see me or hear me well? If yes or no, you can just comment down so that I can have an idea. Shreya surname is saying yes. Akhil is saying yes. Aman is saying yes. Vaibhav is saying yes. So everybody is saying yes. Dongri Tabassum is saying yes. So almost all people are saying that they can see me and hear me well. That's really nice. So it's 6 p.m. now, and I'm really very excited because in this particular webinar, we're gonna discuss that how you can switch from non-IT to a high-paying IT field as a data analyst in 2023, even if you don't know the C of the coding. So that's going to be a very interesting part. But before, without wasting any more time, I just wanted to start and I just wanted to tell you what surprises I have for all of you. So to all the people who is watching me right now, I have one big announcement to make right away. So stay tuned. In just 2 minutes, I'm going to announce. So guys, this is about me. So my name is Amir Akhtar. I'm a career consultant. I have helped more than 200 plus people and I have total 5 years of experience in edtech, and I have helped a lot of people to switch from non-IT to IT. So I know exactly what challenges they have and I can understand what challenges you guys have, what responsibility you guys have. You must be having a lot of, you know, insecurities or doubts, myths, pre-assumption, and a lot more things. So I have gone through all this. Okay, so we can definitely do that. So there's some people are asking that to talk in Hindi or English. So let's. I'm just giving you one poll, okay, and answer me that in which language you guys are comfortable in. Okay, so there's a poll on your screen, and just vote and let me know which language you are more comfortable in. So I can see that more than 70% of people are interested in English and only 24-25 people are in Hindi. No worries, I will not ignore the Hindi people. मैं बीच बीच में हिंदी में भी बात करूंगा. All right, not a big problem. So this is about me, guys. I'm a career consultant. If you want to connect with me, I'm attaching my link in the chat section. Okay, because I work in coding invaders, I can help you, guide you to get a transition. So the link is in the chat section. You can connect with me, DM me, talk to me, not a big problem. Okay, so all the people who are watching me can connect me. The link is into the chat section. All right, so this is about me. So now let's discuss that what exactly this webinar is all about. So I want to tell all of you that we are conducting this masterclass in support of a data analyst course from Coding Invaders, our one of the most popular programs. And this course doesn't require any coding background, and we have 93% of our students are getting placed in a big companies. It is not something which I'm just telling you to create hype. It is a very practical thing, and in this particular webinar itself, you will get to know how it is practical. All right, so I'll just give you a proper clarity. So to all the people who wanted to join the courses, these are the pricings. To all the people who is watching me right now, so there's a 37% discount going on. The pricing is 11,490. To all the people who can just say that yes, you have watched the webinar, you can avail this in much lesser price because of Republic Day. So you can get it at 7,290 rupees per month. Okay, so the link is in the chat section. You can book a free counseling call, discuss about it, ask them how you guys are promising me job guarantee and how I will be eligible and how you can assure me that I can get placed because I don't have a coding background. So you can discuss a lot of things. So I am offering you a free counseling call. Go register and let's come to the point. All right. So let me tell you about the Coding Invaders. So Coding Invaders is an edtech platform which we are on the mission to help all non-IT people to get into IT. And if I'll talk about the statistics, then we have more than 22,000 students and 100 plus company train their employees with us. And on an average, if I'll talk about, then 30 to 400% salary hike students are getting after completing our programs, and we have more than 90% of the placement rate. That's an interesting part, and I will show you the real example as well. So before guys, I start, I just wanted to understand your mindset, your perception, your intention. So why did you come to this webinar? I wanted to understand so that I can better connect with you, right? So there are three options. Okay, so you guys have a poll on your screen, so you can see that you are just here to listen this webinar without any goal, or you just wanted to study and looking for some courses, or you're already studying and want to expand your horizon. You can just vote down. I'll have a better clarity. So I'll just see. So I can see that majority of the people, more than 70% of people I can see on the screen, want to enter into IT and looking for the courses. So it is clear that people are more interested in understanding that how I can switch into IT. And the second highest people are like, I'm already into IT and want to expand horizon. That's great. That's great. So let's start then. Okay. So let's talk. Let's come to the point that what you will learn today. Okay. So you will learn that who is data analyst, ये होते कौन है, and how you can become a data analyst, and how you can build a successful career as a data analyst. So three major things that you will understand first of all in this particular masterclass. I know you guys are waiting for a surprise thing which I promised you in the beginning. I'm just going to say, and what you will get after this particular webinar. So you'll get a chance to ask a question directly to the speaker. And the speaker, I'll reveal who is the speaker, but he's one of the most experienced person. So I'm giving you a chance, that too for free, that you can put up your questions and I can take your question to the expert and he will answering your question. So that will clear your whole doubt, and all of you will get a certificate of participation, and all the people who's watching me till the end, okay, you will get a special offer for our data analytics courses. Now, the biggest announcement, the surprise which I'm going to tell you right now in front of you, you all beautiful people who is watching me right now. So I'm going to start a contest. I have started already, that in this particular contest, whoever will be participating, the link is into the chat section. Drop your numbers, and just after 35 minutes, once we are done with the Q&A session with the expert, talking things with expert, then I'll just share my screen and I'll announce one random person who will be joining this job guarantee batch, that premium data analytics course, that too for free. So he will be or she will be enrolled in our job guarantee batch in just 35 minutes, that too for free. So all the people who don't want to miss this chance, the link is into the chat section. Go register. I'm giving you 20-25 seconds of time or 30 seconds of time. I'll be patiently waiting. Okay. Just go fill it up, come back and tell me that yes, you are done. Then I'll just start the webinar and we will start talking about with experts and then Q&A sessions and then sharing the screen, announcing the winner. Simple as that. So the link is into the chat section. I will keep posting it throughout the webinar so that nobody should miss it. So I'll just see how many people have started participating. Hold on. So I can see the people have already started participating. Good number of people have already participating. So that's great. That's great. That's great. So guys, I'll just give you a few more times. Don't worry. To all the people who have not registered yet, you can use the link. I will ask my team to post the link again and again so that all the people can fill it up. And then we can definitely start this particular webinar. Not a big deal. Perfect. That's really nice. So I guess everybody has done already. Okay. So I'll just see right now how many people have registered and then we will start this particular webinar. All right. Are you guys excited to be? Tell me honestly, are you guys excited? Because I, guys, the link is in the chat section. Okay, if you haven't registered, you're not able to click the link. You can click on it and register. Because the last time, what happened? I'll share you one story, guys. That last time when I was just choosing the random person, the last person became the winner. Okay, because I use one website which randomly select one number and I pick it up from the Excel sheet. Okay, so the last guy actually won the game. I don't know why the registrations are not coming, but yes, I hope everybody has done. Everybody has already completed. I am happy about it. So I can see the numbers are increasing very fast. All right. That's so great. That's so great. That's so great. Perfect. So I can see that. Yes, sir. Super excited. Unfortunately, I type a wrong poll. No worries. No worries. I'm staying here. So I'll just, within just 10-20 seconds, I'll just start this particular webinar. I think that all of the people have registered already. All right. Are you guys super excited? All right. Perfect. I want to just understand one age group for all of you. There's one poll on your screen. If you can just mention your age group, that will bring me a clarity. What age group you guys are in, so that accordingly I'll just derive the whole webinar so that it should be beneficial for all of you. All right. So there's a poll on your screen. If you guys can see, perfect. So 24, 27, 19, great, great. 35, 32, 33 people. I think that majority of the people have already completed their graduation, right? That's nice. That's perfect. That's perfect. 23, 29. That's perfect. So audiences are ready to switch. All right. So guys, now without wasting any much time, thank you so much for your beautiful responses. I'm going to start the webinar now. Okay. And to all the people who have joined me right now, I just made an announcement that in this particular webinar, I'm attaching one link in the chat section. There's a contest I have started, which will be going to end in just 35 minutes. What will happen in this contest? In this contest, if you will register, I'll share my screen after 35 minutes, and I'll choose one random person, and he or she will be enrolled for a job guarantee batch of Coding Invaders. That is a premium course. He will win it for free. Okay. So I hope nobody will miss a chance. The link is into the chat section. Thank you all, you beautiful people, for mentioning your age. It gives me pretty much clarity. All right, moving on. So let's start. Please welcome our guest speaker, Mr. Adarsha Shivananda. Hi, Adarsh. Can you
Hey,
see
hi,
me?
Amir.
Yes, yes, yes. So
Good
Adarsh, can you
evening.
just turn off your video and turn out again because we cannot see. I think so. If
Sure,
it's
sure.
no
I'm
worries.
doing that.
Yes,
Can
perfect.
you see me now? Okay,
Yeah, yeah, we
perfect.
can see you. We can see you. Thank you for joining over here. I won't say much about you because already you look very experienced, but still, we would like to hear from you that what exactly you are doing, and yes, and then we would like to understand that how exactly you reached to that level because we are genuinely very excited because you can see the chat section as well.
Yeah, sure. First of all, thank you. Thanks for having me here. And hi, everyone. Hello. Uh, so basically, as you can see, my name is Adarsh. I work as a data science manager at a CPG company right now, and I have close to decade experience in not just data analytics, AI, ML, NLP, deep learning. So anything which comes under the umbrella of AI, I have close to a decade experience in that, right? Uh, I'll I'll get to that, in some time. I'll probably explain my journey as well, how I reached here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But basically, a decade ago, when I was doing my BTech, right,
Mm-hmm.
at Ramaya Institute of Technology.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I used to kind of hate coding, right? So probably that might come out as a bit odd, but that's how I was, right? So that's why I took actually mechanical
Mm-hmm.
engineering. So I'm basically a mechanical engineer.
You're a
Uh,
mechanical engineer.
yes.
I am also a mechanical engineer.
Oh, okay, that I didn't know.
That's great.
So,
Okay, it's interesting now. Yes, go ahead.
yeah, so that's how it started. I don't know how I passed C C plus plus.
Okay.
So later I joined a similar institute back then, right, a decade ago, right,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of learned a tool called SAS. Right, these days we don't even use a tool called
Mm-hmm.
SAS.
Mm-hmm.
I did a basic course on that, and then I joined a company called IPIA, where I worked as a data analyst, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Analytics was very, new back then, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, we didn't have this much of exposure or courses, to be
Mm-hmm.
frank, right? I learned somehow. Then I got my first job at IKEA, and then I learned a lot, in my first job, and then
Mm-hmm.
I try, I basically moved to Tridence Analytics, right,
Mm-hmm.
where I worked as business analyst, right,
Understood.
and uh, so basically, sorry for that. Let me just
No
come back.
worries. You can
Yeah,
take your time.
yeah. Uh, so at at Tridence, it was again new set of experience, right? New set of challenges, because now basically the industry has kind of stagnant, right? So there are a lot of things that has everyone is kind of exploring and going through, right? But back then, as I was going through my journey, the things were coming, were just getting started, right? And
Okay.
business analytics was one of them, right? Where we had to learn a tool like R or a Python, right?
Mm-hmm.
Statistics, right? Machine learning.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved to Indigene, right, where again I had to learn a lot of new skills such as NLP, deep learning, right? So
Mm-hmm.
very initially I had the skills that are required for to get my first job.
Mm-hmm.
But if I take a look at after a decade, it's basically I had to move along with the industry, right? So what the industry was expecting me to do, I had to
Mm-hmm.
learn those skills, I had to acquire those skills.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I'm here, right, as a data science manager, where I had to acquire 360-degree skills. So we'll talk more about it. So
Yeah.
that's about my professional journey, but that doesn't end there. So uh, probably 6-7 years back, I got into teaching as well, right? That
Mm-hmm.
itself is an interesting story because I was trying to hire, and I
Mm-hmm.
was not finding the right people for the role, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's where I realized there is a huge gap, and that's how I got into trainings and I started
Mm-hmm.
doing webinars, right? The college
Mm-hmm.
workshops. Also, along with that, I started writing books as well, right?
Wow.
So close to six book I have already written, published with Epris, right? And
Six
I'm
books. Wow,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Over a span of probably like 4 to 5 years, right? So
Wow.
yearly one and a half book.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
and those books got good traction, and that's wherein I got chance to speak at certain, just like how I'm doing it today, right? In
Mm-hmm.
multiple places as well, right?
Understood.
So
Understood.
we'll get more into it as we
Yeah.
move ahead. But yeah, that's quick intro about me.
So I just want I have one question. You know, what wherever you are right now, okay? So, can you just tell very honestly that did engineering helped you?
Yeah,
See, why
that's
I asked you, I'll give you the answer because there too many people are saying that I'm from a medical background, I'm from a commerce background. So just wanted to know that wherever you are right now, did engineering help you, or you just made it with your own hard work?
yeah. The honest answer would be probably no, right? Only skills that are helped, the subjects that help are basically one is maths,
Mm-hmm.
because we definitely need maths for data science, right,
Mm-hmm.
or data
Mm-hmm.
analytics.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a few subjects around statistics.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the things that probably would have that kind of helped me.
Mm-hmm.
But anything other than that, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that did help me was as a college in itself, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
not promoting the college, but so it basically teaches you to kind of think from an entrepreneurial mindset, right?
Yeah.
So you need to understand the business in and out to actually become a successful data analyst, right? So that is kind of one kind of skill that I learned from the college. But yeah, I would say 50-50.
That's nice. That's nice. All right. So we got the clarity. So now the most important thing, we just wanted to know that you are doing so good. You have already published 6 books. You're doing. You have a lot of challenges, ups and downs. So it seems that we're going to get a lot of information just with your whole experience. So now the first and the most basic thing, just wanted to know that everywhere the data analytics, data scientist, data engineering is there. So just wanted to know, like I'll be acting like the more silliest person, so that we can get a very scratch idea. Okay, so can you just help us understand that what exactly the best about this data profession, why it is so much over disgusting, why everybody is like craving for it, like, I mean, what is the cool thing about being into a data professional?
Oh yeah, there are a lot. There are
Okay.
a lot of reasons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's more of a who you are as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
What you like to do as well, right? So as I already told you, the one reason I already gave you, the very interesting thing about being a data analyst or a data science,
Mm-hmm.
AI engineer, it could be anything under the umbrella of AI, is
Mm-hmm.
it basically requires to have basic business knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
you need to think as you are the business owner,
Okay.
right? That's where you can actually understand what you are doing, right? So you cannot randomly suggest something, right? So what is data analysis? Basically, you're trying to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that you're enhancing the revenue of the business. It's as simple as that, right? So whatever technology that is there today, why do we have that? Because you want to enhance you want to reduce your product, sorry, enhance your productivity, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Reduce your losses,
Mm-hmm.
and end of the day, make more profit, right? It's as simple as that,
Understood.
right?
So,
So
what I understood with your explanation is like the data professionals are more sort of very crucial profession where the whole business decisions are being made, looking at their analysis or whatever the job they do, right?
yeah, that's correct, right? So basically they take the decisions based on the inputs or the predictions that we give, right? The suggestions or the insights that we give. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of decisions are made on top of that, right? You
Mm-hmm.
might think that it's just a simple silly dashboard, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there is like crores and millions of dollars is being bet on that, right? So unless you know what is at stake, unless you know how it works, right,
Mm-hmm.
it's very
Mm-hmm.
hard for you to actually analyze something and recommend something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why that's the number one, probably the interesting part
Mm-hmm.
about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is basically it requires your curiosity to learn or get to know the business, entrepreneurial mindset, right?
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
and just being open about thinking from 360 degree, right?
Understood.
That's the interesting part, rather than the the coding or the tools or the statistics or the mathematics. So that's all fine, that is still exciting, because who doesn't love statistics, right? So that's really great, right?
Mm-hmm.
uh, but the key aspect, at least what I like, is basically the business understanding side of things.
So, I have one question. Like, one thing I have clear understood that you talked about dashboard, you talked about the statistics. So it means that we are dealing with a lot of data, which is very
Correct.
unorganized, and
Mm-hmm.
we as a data professionals are trying to make it organized and present it in the form of pie chart or graph to make it look more structured and visible and easy for us to understand and take a better decision. This is what we basically do, right?
Yes, yeah. That's
Um,
what basically data analyst would do. That's just
Understood,
what.
understood, understood. Now, if you could just throw some more light on, if I'll just give you, if you could just give me a main clarity that, let's suppose if I will get hired today as a data analyst, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
what exactly the main goals? What exactly my key KPIs? What exactly the main task I would have to go through every single day? If I'm a fresher, I'm a mechanical engineer. Now I became a data analyst. So,
Yeah,
what I'll have to do?
perfect. That's a great question. So that it's probably what I did for initial 5 years of my job, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, every business is eventually tracking the data, right? It's collecting the data, right? So we are
Mm-hmm.
in an age where there is no business which is not collecting the data, right?
Mm-hmm.
So data is there, right? But few companies or few organizations or few businesses might not be advanced, to actually collect the true data which is required for data science. But
Mm-hmm.
data is there, right? It might be, as you told, unorganized, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it is there. The very first task is to get the data, right? Wherever that could be. It could be in a simple Excel sheet, right? Business of a small scale, they will track everything in Excel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be in a database, or it could be in in CRMs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it could be in any place, right? It's basically stored, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
need to access the data, right?
Mm-hmm.
And certain skills are required for that, right? Let's say, for example, it's there in SQL DB, right? You need to
Mm-hmm.
understand SQL queries, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
it's, again, you're not writing fancy codes. At least you
Mm-hmm.
just need to understand how to fetch data from a DB, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the data, right? You see if the data is basically clean, right? Is it
Mm-hmm.
usable, right? And based on the quality of the data, you see if there are certain use cases that could be developed,
Mm-hmm.
and you can analyze the data and see if you can extract the insights out of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the insights that you have extracted, usually you will just nicely visualize using any of the tool. Again, it could be a Excel as well. There are millions of still data analysts who are just using Excel, right? Believe me, right? So it's need not to be always Python, R, blah blah blah, right? So it's a simple Excel. If you know basic Excel skills, statistics, you still could be a data analyst, right? The
Understood.
idea is
Understood.
you visualize that data, and
Mm-hmm.
basically you present it to the right stakeholders, right? Who are taking, you are
Mm-hmm.
not taking decision, right? Someone
Mm-hmm.
else is taking. So you need to present the data in a nice manner, and basically give that Excel or a dashboard or whatever to them, and they look
Mm-hmm.
at the data and see if it making sense, and they take action on that, right? That's the important part of the whole AI life cycle, which is
Mm-hmm.
taking action on the data that you have provided, the insights that you have provided. You provide random insights, there is no action taken, there is no
Mm-hmm.
point doing AI,
Understood. Understood.
right?
So.
So that's the journey, right? From the extracting the data, cleaning it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You identify the use cases, right? Then you use statistics or machine learning to kind of extract the insights, then visualize the insights, and talk to the stakeholder and explain
Mm-hmm.
what you did and how you did, what are the right actions that he could take, right? So on
So.
that note, that's why it's a disciplinary domain, right?
Mm-hmm.
For example, if you're a Java developer, you just need to know Java. You don't have to know anything else, right? But here you need to know basic of programming. You need to know statistics. You need to
Mm-hmm.
have those communication skills. You can talk to stakeholders, right? You need to
Mm-hmm.
have representation skills, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's why in a way it's exciting, but in a way it's, for few people it
Understood.
might be exhaustive as well, because there's a lot of things that you need to learn as well.
Got it. Got it. Got it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I have one interesting thing to ask. But before that, like, if you could just turn on your video and turn off again so that we can just see you, because I guess
Oh,
audience is
okay.
not able to see you.
Huh. Okay.
Hold on.
Can you
Let
see
me
me
see if
now?
I can see you. No, it is still loading. Can you try once again?
Sure.
Audience, you can just let me know if you guys can see our guest speaker, because for me I
Can you see
cannot
me
see,
now?
but sometimes what happens that audience can see. So we are just waiting for the audience to report if they can see you. So audience, if you guys can see our guest speaker, you can just let me know in the chat section. Otherwise we will try once again and then we will come to the main topic. So I can see that the people are not able to are able to see you. Not a problem.
Oh, okay. Great.
Yeah, they are able to see you, but I am not. But it's okay. It's totally fine. They must see
Yeah.
you. Okay. Now, as you said that doing analysis and working on the data and taking better decision. When you said better decision, it gives me a clarity or idea that data analysis also help the businesses to do the predictive analysis. Am I correct?
That's correct. Yeah. So we do the predictive analytics, and the predictions that are being provided. So they
Mm.
basically take actions on those predictions, right?
Understood.
For example,
Understood.
very simple example, right? I give it everywhere, wherever I go. If you are already into analytics, you already know the churn analysis, right? So
Mm-hmm.
basically, what you're trying to do is, let's say you are in a retail business, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would like to understand who is going to leave my business, right? Let's say you are in a Netflix subscription, right? and based on his behavior, behavioral patterns, you can recognize if a customer, if a subscriber is going to leave or not, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if you know that he's going to leave, before, right, you can take certain actions to actually make him stay, right? So if he's once he's left, he's gone, right? He moved into a Amazon Prime or a OZ or whatever, right? So even before he leaving, you need to take certain actions, and what we do is basically predict who might be leaving your business, right? That's a
Understood.
very simple example of predictive analytics, right?
Understood. Understood. So,
So yeah, you are right. Yeah.
thank you so much. So now, as I can understand from my end, whether there is a chartered accountant, if they are dealing with the data,
Mhm.
then they also need a data analytics. Whether there is a logistic department, they also
Correct.
need to work upon the data to make a better logistic services. Whether it's a e-commerce, whether it's a HR, whether it's a sales manager, whether it's sales head, they all are dealing with the data and working on it, on the digits and the number, and trying to improve the numbers so that organization can work much better and much efficient way. So one thing is clear that in this particular time, this is the most in demand thing, and this is not something which gonna be for a shorter period of time. It's gonna be the future for sure, and it's a non-negotiable skill. Because one thing I observed is, I wanted to say, I was just selling tablets door to door. But when I became the manager, at that
Mhm.
time, I was dealing with the reports only, that how much
Mhm.
sales happened, how much people are active on the ground, or whatever it is. At the end, everybody is coming towards a report, and somebody is dealing about this particular whole
Correct.
thing. So, uh, and one more thing I just wanted to understand, that whatever the funding we receive, whatever the businesses plan and show to the investor that this is what we made in this quarter, first quarter of this 2023, and looking at the past, the momentum, looking at the past sales number, which we can directly say that we're going to be profitable in the next quarter or the third quarter. So does data analyst people also help organization in raising fund also, like nowadays startups are so much, so does that also plays an important role in this type of crucial business decision making?
Oh yeah, absolutely right. So I'll answer that in a slightly different way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as there is a question on the slide as well, right? Why business needs a DA, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if if a business doesn't have a DA, right? Let's just talk about that scenario, right? So
Mm-hmm.
what you're basically doing is, you are just shooting in the dark, right? You're
Exactly.
taking random decisions, right? But when
Mm-hmm.
compared to your competitor, he's basically taking the decisions based on certain patterns or the trends.
Mm-hmm.
At least 10 to 20% or 30% advantage you have when you are
Mm-hmm.
making decisions based on the data, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you
Mm-hmm.
don't have a DA, then you are at risk, right? So
Okay.
that's how it's being positioned right now, and you need to have a analytics team in house, or you export, you basically take services from other companies, you have an in-house team, it doesn't matter, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's a pretty mandatory technology for any of the company or any of the organization, and of course a lot of these investing decisions, right, are also made on top of the data points, right? If there are no data points, then how will you even get to know that this business will be profitable in the future, right? So
Understood.
again, on that note, right? So forget about how things are right now, right? So if you just fast forward to, let's say, 10 years from now, right? It doesn't become a vertical, right? Data analytics doesn't become a vertical.
Mm-hmm.
Each and every IT professional should know the analytics. Like, it's not an optional, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now things are fine. You can go to a data analytics team and get these things done, right? But 10 years, probably 15 years from now, right? Even you want to
Mm-hmm.
become a marketing analyst, you want to you want to become a sales engineer, anything, right? You want to become any professional, right? Any IT professional,
Mm-hmm.
data analytics would be a mandatory skill, right? That's
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you for this detailed answer. And I would definitely agree that yes, we need this. Even in my whole experience, if I'll say that when I was more into this influencer marketing. So
Mhm.
I was not able to track the sales are coming from that link, or not able to track the traffic, because sometimes Google and analytics is not sufficient, because we have
Mhm.
to track where things are coming. So at that moment of time, we hired a data analyst. So it is something which I genuinely feel that's going to be
Yeah.
the most needy profession every single time, the more efficient we are becoming. So guys, I just wanted to mention all of you that, see, you can understand that this is not something which I'm not just creating a need. To be very honest, it's a very by default need of every single business and organization, whether it's small or big or anything. So if I just give you a clear idea, approximate in 2023, more than 2 million jobs are there. Even you can Google it right away. You can figure out there are a lot more vacancies are there. Right now, the question comes in our mind that how we are promising the 100% job guarantee. So it is not something which I'm just buttering you and giving you an idea that you can do it. No, it's a very practical thing. I'll just ask one question to you, Adarsh. You are a data science manager. Does that happens to you that you go for hiring people and you sometimes feel that you are not getting skilled people, but you are in much need to build a strong team? Does that happen with you?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
More like 200 or 300 uh,
Exactly.
percentage of the times, because I
Mhm.
gave you other example as well, right? So not now,
Mhm.
like 5 years back, right? That's how
Mhm.
I got into the teaching field as well, right? So there
Mhm.
are a lot of people applying. There are a lot of people who wants to get into data analytics, but they don't have the right skills, right?
Exactly.
So you need to understand the basics of statistics. You need to understand at least one programming language at a high level, right? Because
Mhm.
of course you can Google and do things, right? Once you get the job, right? It's just how you land there, right?
Exactly.
And you need to understand, as I told you, right? So you need to logically you should be good enough, right? So you solve few
Mhm.
logical questions and all, right? So I don't find a lot of folks who are good at all these things, right?
Mhm.
And who if you are getting into data analysis, you should have solved few
Understood.
case studies or projects on your own, right? So there are
Mhm.
like Kaggle is one of the best examples. Like you have millions of resources out there, right?
Mhm.
So get the basic knowledge, right, from someone, right,
Mhm.
and do solve as many projects as possible, right? Get all the
Mhm.
required skills, and then come to an interview, right? There are
Mhm.
opportunities for sure, as you rightly told, right? So I'm constantly increasing myself. I started as a manager, I started with just a team of 5, right? now
Mhm.
uh, Now it's a team of 30, 35, right, with a span of 2 to 3 years, right? So even within organizations, teams are kind of expanding, and every new business wants to do data analytics. So just imagine how many companies are there in the world, right? So everyone needs a data
Exactly.
analyst. So you
Exactly.
just need to have the right skills.
Skills,
Then you're good to go.
irrespective of what background I have.
Correct. Yeah.
That's perfect. That's perfect. So, guys, see, it's very simple. The need is so much, but the people are like less skilled, due to which they are not able to get on the call. So, the way did you observe, guys, the way others said that at least have a basic skill? It seems that he has actually struggled and wanted somebody who can at least show me the case study. I will hire you.
Exactly.
So, it gives me an idea that when it's in the starting, what happens? People generally ask about experience, a lot more thing. When they see that they are not getting, then they will come. Acha, do you have case study? Do you have any project that you have done, or anything where they can find that yes, this is something he has, and I can get some work out from him? So yes, guys, I just wanted to mention this thing that the guarantee thing is something. It is definitely possible because we have multiple hiring partners. We know how to exactly teach certain things, because see, the way others is saying that he wants just few tools and few programming languages, if you have basic studies. So we know the exact need of every single organization, and we place your interview accordingly. So if I'll just give you a worst case situation, if I'll schedule a 10 call for you, then probably in the worst case situation you can crack at least one. But yes, if you will study all of them very properly. All right, so this is something which is very obvious. So to all the people who will not win the course, because there is one person who's going to win. To all the people who will not win the course, for sure they can take this course, because just because Adarsh is here with us on this particular occasion, we are giving a 37% of discount. So the link is in the chat section. If you want a free counseling call, eat their head, ask too many questions, ask about every single document, and ask them how you guys are promising the job guarantee. Is this real or fake or whatever it is? So you can ask them, verify it, and take a decision. All right. Now the most important question, Adarsh, that how exactly I can become a data analyst. What sort of skills I should exactly acquire so that that is sufficient? Because when a newbie go on a Google, they are overwhelmed with 15, 20 tools, and we end up doing nothing. So what only skills are required and what only skills are sufficient for me to get my first data analyst job?
Excellent. So again, take how quickly things are changing, right? So as I told you back then, the SAS, then there was R, now there is Python, right? So
Mm-hmm.
things are moving rapidly, right? So
Mm-hmm.
for now, at this point of time, right, you need to basically have a non coding thing, which is basically statistics,
Mm-hmm.
right? A lot of people ignore it, right?
Mm-hmm.
They think that analytics is basically chat gpt right? It's not,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you need to have uh, basic knowledge of statistics,
Mm-hmm.
right? What is mean, what is median, what is mode, right? Whatever we learned in schools and colleges, right? It will
Mm-hmm.
not go beyond that, believe me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you need to get that skill for sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as I told you, to acquire to basically get the data, right, you need to
Mm-hmm.
know SQL, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because to do analytics, you need data, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it's your job to fetch the data wherever it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you need to learn SQL for that. And once
Mm-hmm.
you have the data, you need to clean it, you need to
Mm-hmm.
process it, you need
Mm-hmm.
to analyze it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if required, you need to build a machine learning model, you need to predict
Mm-hmm.
it, right?
Mm-hmm.
All this is basically done in Python, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you
Mm-hmm.
need to learn again basics of Python. We are
Mm-hmm.
not developers, right? Data
Mm-hmm.
analyst is not a developer. You need not to remember a single syntax. Believe me, even I, I don't remember a single syntax
Syntax.
for any of the work that I do. Right? Everything is
Mm-hmm.
available in the Google, right? So you just
Yeah.
need to know what you need to know, what you need to do, right? So that's
Concepts.
why basically you need basics of Python, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then and in the end is basically as you mentioned, right? So visualization, right? It
Mm-hmm.
could be done in Excel, so you can do it in Excel or Power BI or Tableau, right?
Mm-hmm.
One visualization tool, which is probably the easiest of all, is just a drag and drop, right? Any of the visualization tools, uh, and as I told you,
Mm-hmm.
probably tens and twenties and fifties of case studies, right?
Understood.
That's
Understood.
where you will try to understand each and every business, right? And you will be ready to take up those jobs, right? So those are the things, right? It's very simple: statistics, SQL, Python, and a simple visualization tool. And
Mm-hmm.
Excel is common. Excel you need to know,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can do everything in Excel except for predictive analytics. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're going to a small company where you'll
Mm-hmm.
use a lot of Excel, so I would say Excel as a handy quick tool, right? So there's like five six things that you need to start with, and then you can basically build on top of this. Once you know the foundation, it's easy to build on. You don't even have to ask me or ask anyone. You will get to know
Mm-hmm.
what you learn after that, right? Just like how I did, right? No one told me
Mm-hmm.
what I need to learn next, right? So there
Mm-hmm.
is NLP, there is deep learning, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can do lot of cool stuff later, right?
Mm-hmm.
Image processing, right? Text processing. Those are things you can eventually do it. But a lot of business is in data analytics, right? So there's fancy things that you see, chat gpt and
Mm-hmm.
those things, very minimal usage in the
Mm-hmm.
business, right? So they're
Mm-hmm.
cool, but
Yeah.
what runs is basically these basic skills.
So, I have one question. Like you mentioned, statistics two, three times, right?
Mhm.
So, I'm sure audience must be worried about their mathematics level. So, just wanted to know that do I need to become a pro mathematician to become
Oh,
a data analyst?
okay, no, that's not what I meant, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's you just as I told you, right? So at least you should be curious about it, right? What is maths, what is stats, right? That becomes, that makes process easy, right? But you
Mm-hmm.
don't need to know the maths, right? So
Mm-hmm.
you just need to have a basic skills,
Mm-hmm.
basic understanding of statistics, which of course I
Mm-hmm.
believe you guys will also teach, or anyone else for that matter, will basically teach what are the basic skills. So you just have to master it, and move from there. There are complex things as well, right? Even in statistics.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we are more towards business oriented, right? We are trying to solve a problem here, a business problem, right? So
Mm-hmm.
whatever skills that are required to solve that problem, you basically
Mm-hmm.
learn on the fly. That's how. That's basically my. I don't know how. I'm just
Understood.
answering the your question on the chain, and how the next question is how did you acquire the skills, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's how I learned, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did not go by I did not learn everything and then I went for a job. That's not how it works in real world,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because
Mm-hmm.
you never know what business requires tomorrow, right?
Exactly.
So there is a problem statement tomorrow, right? They will come
Mm-hmm.
to you, hey, I have this problem, just solve it for me, right? Now you need to sit back and see, okay, to solve this problem you need 10 skills, but I have only 7. It doesn't mean that you will give them the problem back, right? You lose
Mm-hmm.
your job, right? So you need to acquire the remaining 3 skills, right? And then basically try to solve that problem, right?
Understood.
That's how I basically acquired all my skills, and then I started teaching and authoring and all these things is
Mm-hmm.
basically because of my job, right? So
Mm-hmm.
there was new challenge, kind of challenge every day. I had to
Mm-hmm.
probably 2 3 hours I had to learn those skills and then
Mm-hmm.
implement and give the solution to the business, right?
Understood. Understood.
And that's how it's going to be for everyone, because data analytics or AI, it's changing very rapidly, right? Tomorrow there might be an entirely a different tool, entirely different
Mm-hmm.
technique, right? How things work, right? So you learn whatever is there today, and you have
Mm-hmm.
to keep on improvising every day. At
Mm-hmm.
least that's pretty common in technology field, right?
Exactly.
It's not it's even true for data analytics.
Understood. Understood. Thank you so much. Now, the most important question comes in our mind that how can I understand that whether this data thing is my cup of tea? Am I good? Am I the right thing or not? Because see, what happens is like I'll give you a very honest thing, Adarsh.
Mhm.
What happened is somebody will just see his friend that oh he's making good money and he will
Mhm.
buy an expensive course and he'll get enrolled. After 2 months he will realize that shit man, I just wasted my money, this is not my cup of tea. So how I would be able to understand that I am the right one for this particular match? So how I exactly I can understand what skills or things I should or qualities I should have so that I can at least have a clarity that I can be a good data analyst.
Yeah, I think throughout a lot of questions I have kind of already answered it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'll just summarize it, right?
Mm-hmm.
One skill, as I already told, one very important aspect or thinking that you should have is there are uh, two key things, right? One
Mm-hmm.
is, as I told you, entrepreneurial mindset, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not curious to understand the business, right,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you can never basically be successful at it, right? So you need to be curious that how it works, right? How business works, right? What is happening here, right? What are the challenges? How can I solve it, right? So you need to have that curiosity for business understanding. Two, as I told you, basic logical kind of reasoning things, right? So how basic, you should again interest towards mathematics or interest towards statistics should be there, whatever your background could be. I saw somewhere they're saying
Mm-hmm.
medical background, right? It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
exactly.
If you have that curiosity towards statistics,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to eagerly understand what is happening in your business, those are the
Mm-hmm.
two things you need to have. Rest can be learned.
Exactly. So all are the learnable skills. There is no very strict thing that you cannot become that. You can become that. There's no age, gender things. So I just wanted to know one thing, Adarsh, from you. In the
Mhm.
entire experience, do you have any weird example which somebody who may not be having a degree or somebody who's very young and earning good, you may have hired some people, or maybe your colleague have you have seen some colleague who is young and earning good, or maybe they are totally from a different background, not even an engineer. Do you have any weird example where you can make people believe that it is still there in your own circle?
There are many, but there is one example, I always give, right? And I wish I would have done that, right? Is
Mm-hmm.
a second year student, engineering student, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Forget about he completing degree or experience in IT, right? Or experience in anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Second year, he's doing his second year degree, one of the branches. I forgot the branch,
Mm-hmm.
and we basically hired him as an intern,
Mm-hmm.
right? And he did have all the skills that was required. I was really shocked, right?
Mm-hmm.
uh, how how he can know all these things in his initial years of his degree, right? I was just playing cricket and roaming here and there, right? So I that is something that is I'm always I wish I would have done that, right?
So
Basically,
one thing is clear, that if these people are able to make it, then the people who are experienced and discussing about it, they, with a little effort, they can also make it for sure.
yes, yeah, yeah.
Understood.
So
Understood.
yeah, that's one kind of a different experience for me, right? Because maybe I didn't do it. There are a lot
Mm-hmm.
of example who came from different backgrounds. There was one from BSc chemistry. Uh, there we hired as a data analyst, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, there are all sorts of unique examples. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like a tradition. Oh, come finish your computer science in
Mm-hmm.
engineering and then learn this and then come to this job. So there is no such thing as such, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
if anyone who knows the skills or anyone has the skills that I want, right,
Mm-hmm.
I go ahead and hire. That's how, at least that's how I hire, right?
Mm, understood. Understood. Thank you so much for this detailed answer. So, guys, as you have understood, there's no, particular restrictions are much involved. But still, just wanted to mention all of you that if you want to really study with us, then we have all the programs that is from very scratch to an advanced level, and more than 60% people are actually from a non-IT background in our batches. And the curriculum have been designed in a very, very simpler way, where people who is having zero coding background, they can also understand. All right, because we have one-on-one mentorship, we have 80% practical based module where you will be practically doing a lot of things, so that it makes sense when you are giving interviews, sound more practical and sound much good when you are giving an interview, so that people can hire you, because you should sound more logical and practical when you are giving an interview, so you will get this thing done for sure. Because if your study format has been made in that way, for sure it will reflect in your interview time as well. If I'll talk about the LMS, then it's a learning management system, where it's a web-based portal where you can log in, go to the modules, get a live call, video call, project-based learning, digital lab, whatever you will practice, you'll get real-time results. It will help you to avoid mistakes, and you will feel like you are getting immediate assistance, and multiple assignments, like 1500 plus assignments, will actually make you more um, you know um, flexible and skilled enough, so that you can act this debate with an experienced person as well. All right, so yes guys, we are now ending towards the Q&A session. But before that, I just wanted to mention all of you that whoever have joined in the between in this mid of this particular webinar, then I would say that I just started one contest 20 minutes or 30 minutes back, and the link is in the chat section. Who haven't registered yet, go register, because just after Q&A session, that is just after 10-15 minutes, I'm going to share my screen, and whoever have registered, like one of you will get a chance to win this job guarantee batch enrollment, that is premium data analyst course, that too for free. All right, so the link is in the chat section. Go register, invite your friend, fill it up, because in just 15 minutes I'm going to announce. All right, now let's discuss what exactly and how exactly the career ladders look like, and how much data analyst people make money. Okay, so others, like I have entered some digits, like the 6 lakh, 7 lakh, 10 lakh, 20 lakh, but I know that I have written a very, very worst case situation, because nowadays people are starting with 10 lakh, which I understand. But still, you can correct me with every single stages, that if suppose a fresher gets a job, first of all, what designation I'll get, and what will be the starting packages, and how exactly I can make money in just after 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, probably that's a question. Probably everyone would be waiting to listen,
Hmm.
kind of here.
Yeah.
So I'll probably share my experience only, right? Why to probably talk
Hmm.
uh, someone the numbers that we don't know, right? So I just talk about my experience.
Hmm.
So as I told you, I just started with as a data analyst, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Back then, even a decade ago, the norms were somewhere around 4 to 6 lakhs for a
Hmm.
fresher, right? For a
Hmm.
data analyst, right?
Hmm.
And as you gain even 1 or 2 experience, the number was doubling, right? Every one or
Exactly.
2 years experience, it was doubling because the demand is as such, right? As you get more
Hmm.
experienced, you know as
Hmm.
a company, you don't want to teach everything, right? So they want someone who can do things on their own, right? So
Hmm.
as you gain experience, the numbers started doubling, right? 10, 20, 30, 40. People are earning in crores, believe me, right? In
Hmm.
crores, right? As a directors, as a managers, right? So easily, it could be directly from the salaries, or it could be from any other ways, right? Through trainings, or creating content, right? It could be multiple ways, but it has a potential to kind of reach crores, basically, right?
Hmm.
But let's not go there, right? If you just stick to initial 5-year plan, right? If
Hmm.
you are starting from zero, as in you are a college passed out, right?
Hmm.
It starts from as you mentioned, right, around 5 to 6 lakhs, and up until after 5 years, you would easily kind of reach 20 to 25 lakhs. But if you are already a working professional, it
Hmm.
doesn't it doesn't start from zero, right? It doesn't
Hmm.
start from six, right? Let's say you are in a different IT job, right? Or in a
Hmm.
different any job for that matter, right? So whatever is your kind of current salary, plus 30% would be easily matched,
Okay.
right? So that is how it's kind of working now. It's fine, even if you're from a different background, right? Whatever is your current package, at least it
Hmm.
will match if you have the right skills, to get into that particular role, right?
Understood. Understood.
So I think we shouldn't be even this kind of discussing this. Like, it's very evident, or very uh,
Hmm.
everyone knows about the fact as well, right? How highly
Hmm.
paid this particular domain is currently, right? Because there is a too much demand. We don't know how
Hmm.
things will be 10 years from now, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
10 years back, again, it was not this much,
Hmm.
because the demand was not there,
Hmm.
right? So that was how it was back then. It was not this high, but I mean, it was not, the numbers were not this big because the
Hmm.
demand was not there. Even in the future, demand would be there, but I would see that 10 years from now, everyone acquired these skills, right? But we
Hmm.
are at a point where the demand is huge and
Hmm.
the requirement is less. So that's why
Hmm.
the numbers are huge. That's the
Understood.
reason behind it, yeah.
Understood. Understood. Thank you so much. Now, the most important thing we just wanted to understand is how we can exactly find a data analyst job. Like there are
Mhm.
multiple platforms or something. Because if I'm from a non-IT background, I literally have no clue how I can get my first call. What basic thing I need to fix it first of all, and I can get this thing done.
So again, as you rightly mentioned, so I use very first or 1 or 2 jobs I got it through Naukri, right?
Mm-hmm.
I used to update all the skills that I know, right? What
Mm-hmm.
I learned, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I used to get calls, right? You don't have to do anything, right? So even coding in here doesn't need to help you, right? Acquire the right skills,
Mm-hmm.
and you just update everything on how it need to appear, right? Use the right keywords, you create the right profile, right? Update in
Mm-hmm.
Naukri, you will get calls, right?
Exactly.
Point number two, this is what I see, not a lot of people doesn't do, your
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn profile, right? So you
Yep.
need to kind of keep updating, keep adding things, keep adding your achievements, right? Adding your skill sets, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it will kind of give a lot of visibility, and get you to the jobs that are required, right? So these are two things I have used, Naukri and LinkedIn, that has worked, for me till now.
Understood.
And then,
Understood.
yeah, there are a few other platforms as well.
Exactly. Thank you. That got me clarity because one thing I observed is, and I wanted to mention with you as well, that big platforms are using ATS nowadays to shortlist an CV, applicant tracking system, because a huge
Mhm.
number of applications are coming in. So one thing
Correct.
is very clear that whatever the requirement they have, if those keywords are not there in our CV, if those keywords are not there
Doesn't
in
get
our profile,
shortlisted.
it will not come on the top and our whole. So we should stop taking CV and LinkedIn profiling so lightly. We should be very
Yeah.
much be well structured, right? Because we are
Correct.
using this thing.
Basically,
So
AI is what is it? What is in the background? It's basically AI, right? It's again an analytics, right? So
Mhm,
you're basically trying to automate the manual stuff using AI,
mhm.
right? So yeah, you need to again play against AI now. Yeah.
Understood, understood. That's what I'm just saying, that so that people should be aware that this is one of the most important thing which they should not avoid, even if you have a lot
Correct.
of skills.
Correct.
Okay, so this is one of the best thing. Okay, all right. So guys, you can get all these things with the coding invaders as well, and we will make you practice a lot of things so that you should sound very practical, logical, expert in front of recruiters and sound more realistic that what you have done. Because if you are not having experience, at least you have case studies or projects or proper portfolio where you can justify your worth. At least for that you need to practice a lot. And yes, we do have 100 plus hiring partners, and that's it. All right. So, guys, now we are turning towards the Q&A session. Meanwhile, I will ask Adarsh to have a glass of water because I just want audience to register in the contest. And in just 2 minutes, I'm going to start this particular Q&A session, and then we will wrap up and announce the winner. All right. So all the people who have just joined in the middle of the webinar or joined late and watching me and don't know what the hell it is, then I have started this contest 30-40 minutes back. And what I am promising in this contest is whoever will participate in this contest, the link is in the chat section. If you will register in just after Q&A session, I will share my screen and choose one random person who will win this data analyst course, that too for free. Okay, which promises job guarantee. All right, guys, so give me a thumbs up if you're done. If you're done with your questions, keep just put up all your questions. All the people who are asking that your question is not answered, keep your questions ready because I am going to shortlist some questions. So give me 10-15 seconds. I'm going to shortlist question. Meanwhile, you just participate in this contest and I'll pick up the best questions for all of you. All right. I hope you guys have already participated in this contest. So let's start this particular Q&A session and let me select the questions. All right. So Adarsh, we have a couple of questions and I'm just picking up the best one for you. Wow, that's interesting question. I should ask you. A question from Anwar Hussain. What are the scopes of data analyst in politics domain? I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
like,
indeed.
what do you think about? First of all, I'm just doing this for fun, guys. I guess BJP have a best data analyst. Okay, that was just for fun. I think that Congress should start hiring some better data professionals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, indeed. So it's
Okay.
indeed a great question, right?
Yeah.
So probably if I answer it too honestly, I might get into trouble as well, right? But it's in play, right? So you will not get to know, right,
Mm-hmm.
what is happening in the background, but because it's not. There is a case that happened with U.S. election as well, right? With election they're using for Facebook data or something, right? So there is a huge controversy happened, right? So after that things got kind of stricter, right? So
Mm-hmm.
apart from that, there is a lot of freely available data, right? For
Mm-hmm.
example, your voter ID details, right, which is
Mm-hmm.
already available in the internet, right? So everyone, from every locality, who is the voter, what is their age, what is their gender, all this data is available in the internet, right? So
I guess there's some network issues from our guest to speaker end.
they will basically the caste is not there, right?
Mm-hmm.
The caste is basically a derived one using your name, right? You will not even
Mm-hmm.
imagine, right? So
Mm-hmm.
using your name, they will derive that, and they will say, how can I basically strategize my campaign, right, so that I
Mhm.
get the maximum votes, right, for a particular
Mhm.
region. There are a lot of young people, right, and my party or my agenda is aligned with young people. I'll just go
Mhm.
there and do certain campaigns, right, and also it's always linked with social media as well, right. How
Mhm.
you will basically use Facebook and Instagrams to basically influence people, right.
Mhm.
It's definitely it's definitely there, and people are betting big on that, right?
Mhm.
And you could get an opportunity there as well, right? So it's an interesting career to have here, interested in politics. That's the
Mhm.
beauty about analytics, because whatever domain you are interested in, right? So
Mhm.
let's say you and me are mechanical engineers, right? So I can go ahead and become a data analyst in Benz, right?
Mhm.
And Audi, right? So I still get to love what what domain I love, right? And you just
Mhm.
that you'll be doing data analytics there, right? So yeah, answer to that question, yes, there are a lot of use cases, and it's quite interesting as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, the another question is question from Abhishek. Deep knowledge of Python and high level coding skills are essential for data analysis.
Deep knowledge of Python and high level coding skills are essential for, yes, not deep,
No. Yeah.
not deep,
Mhm.
but for data analyst role, right? It's basically
Mhm.
a kind of an entry level role, right?
Mhm.
The basics of Python would do, right?
Okay.
How do you basically manipulate the data, clean the data, right? There are very
Mhm.
straightforward syntaxes, and
Mhm.
if you just know that, that's more than enough. You don't need to write loops and then so on and so forth. So you don't have to make it complicated.
Understood. 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 Okay. And there's one question from Rashmi is that people are confused between Power BI and Tableau, which is familiar in industry. Which one we should choose? What do you think?
Both are it's see how both are visualization tools, right? There
Mhm.
is nothing different about the how it works, right?
Mhm.
Both are just drag and drop tools, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh, how it works is, let's say there is a company who has a tie up with Microsoft. They are forced to use Power BI, right? So it
Mhm.
depends on the organization, right?
Mhm.
Whether they will choose Power BI or whether they will choose Tableau, it's up to the
Mhm.
organization, and whatever the organization has bought, you have to
Mhm.
develop things in that particular tool, right? But
Mhm.
fundamentally, how it works, why the visualization techniques, everything kind of remains same, right? People
Understood.
tend to use Tableau to learn because it has a free edition or something, right?
Mhm.
Where you can can just download and keep playing around with that. I
Mhm.
believe, right? So that's wherein probably you can choose Tableau, but it's the same, more or less, it's the same.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. Last but not least,
Mhm.
there's question that yeah. So people are more asking that does that profession offers work from home or can I get a remote work as a data analyst? So by the way, where are you sitting right now? Are you in office?
No, that's why I have a fake background.
Okay.
So I'm working from home. I'm in my native, right? I'm not even in Bangalore.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't mean it's entirely up to the company, right? For example, let's say you're working for a company like TCS, right? So they are asking people to come to office, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it
Mm-hmm.
depends on the organization again, right? Whether what policies they have. I don't think it's nothing to do with the role, but I think if the question is coming from, like, there are certain roles where you have to go to office, that that is not there here, right? Like, for example, if you're working in a banking industry, or if you are working in, let's say, call centers, right? So you have to go to office. There is no option, right? But that is not there. You will get work from home opportunities as well, but it depends on the organization.
Understood. And the last question is from Ali. I have around 10 years of experience in some other sector. Is
Mhm.
it good to switch to data analysis?
Definitely, I don't know what that sector is, right? but you can, right? The reason being, whatever the sector you are in, right? Let's say you are in healthcare, you are into media, right? Whatever industry that you are in, right? You basically have one skill, right? Which is you understood that domain very well, right? You have 10 years of business experience. Don't underestimate that, right? So you have that skill. You just have to acquire, couple of other skills, right? Then you're good to go, right? So you can, and if you are interested, and if you think that your current, whatever career you are in, there is no growth, right? If you are stuck with that, you should, right?
Understood.
So that is not a problem at all.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Only just one last question.
Sure,
People
sure.
are confused between the data analyst and data science.
Yeah, sure. So as I told you, data analytics is basically a entry role, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you are, kind of dealing with basic analysis of the data, right?
Mm-hmm.
And kind of extracting the insights, right? Data
Mm-hmm.
science is basically a next step. I was a Let me explain again from my career
Yep.
point, right?
Yep.
I was a data analyst first,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which requires the very basic skills that we, kind of discussed right now. Then
Mm-hmm.
you become a business analyst, right? Where you need to have a little bit of, more towards machine learning, right? We do not talk about machine learning here, right? Something like linear regression, logistic regression, random forest, right? You
Mm-hmm.
get some of the, kind of machine learning experience, right? Where it's more toward predictive analytics, right? And then you become a data scientist, where you would have to acquire, bit of more tools, right? Like R, Python, right? Bit of advanced Python, and gain other skills such as natural language processing and deep learning, right? Image processing, right? So the journey is, you start from data analytics, you go become a business analyst, then you become a data scientist, and then you become a data science manager, or you can become a data science architect, you can become an AI engineer, right? So it basically changes after that, right? So that's how it is. The names could be different, right? It could be a junior data scientist, then data scientist, senior data scientist, right? But end of the day, how you basically, kind of learn or progress through your career is, learn basic things, do some data analytics works, and then learn predictive analytics and machine learning and stuff, and become business analyst, and then learn unstructured data, basically NLP and other things, and become a data scientist. You can become a data scientist directly as well, if you acquire all that, all skills at once, right? You can learn everything at once, and if you're really good at learning things, quickly, you can
Mm-hmm.
directly become a junior data scientist as well, where you would be more focusing towards the predictive side of things, as well as unstructured data.
Understood. Understood. Thank you. Thank you so much, Adarsh, for telling us in detail and answering all the questions. I know you are running out of your time, so sorry for
No
just
worries.
because the questions were so much. But we are very glad that you joined over here. But just wanted to know that if you have any beautiful message to all these beautiful people who are thinking and hesitating to take decision, but somehow they are not able to take decision and watching you and getting inspired by you. By the way, guys, I have attached the LinkedIn link of Adarsh. You can connect with him, get inspired with his journey, and talk to him if you want. But any message that you have before you go, because I can see that your phone is continuously vibrating. So I know it's your working time. So 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 just
Uh,
wanted to know that if you have any beautiful message so that it can inspire these beautiful people, and then
Sure, sure, definitely. I really didn't have any closing thoughts, but now that you have asked, uh, so because you people are already here, right? Which
Mhm,
means that you have interest towards that, right?
mhm,
So the first step is already being taken, right?
mhm,
So all the folks, whatever 300, 400 I see, right?
mhm,
Everyone is curious to learn, right? I believe everyone is, there is not much of a background that you need to, get into here, right? So if you are curious, right, if you
mhm,
want to learn and progress through your career, right,
mhm,
not because it's in demand right now, but it, as I
mhm,
told you, it becomes a fundamental skills in your
mhm,
future, right? Whatever
mhm,
skill that you are, whatever professional that you are right now, right? It becomes
Mm-hmm.
a very basic skill, right? So you need to learn, and just when there is demand, just cash in, right? So get a high
Exactly.
job, and go from there. You will learn things, and you will, as I told you, every day there are new challenges. You will probably learn things more than what I know right now, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Probably I can, in one day I can attend any one of you guys webinar talking about very next gen AI technology, right? So that's what I hope. Just keep
Mm-hmm.
learning. Whomever I meet, that's the one thing that I told. Just keep learning,
Mm-hmm.
because if you stop doing that, then you'll be left behind, basically.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Adarsh, for joining over here. And we genuinely liked the way you answered, and you gave us a very realistic, approach towards the data analyst thing. Thank you so much for joining over here.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for having me, Amish. Have a great night. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye. So, all right. So, I guess like everybody has enjoyed this particular session. I hope you enjoyed this person who is very fun, loving, and very, very energetic person. Have told everything from very scratch that yes, you can also do that. You can also do that, and he gave his own example. I mean, like, guys, did you observe? He was also a mechanical engineer. What else you need? A mechanical engineer is a data science manager, written 6 books in just 3 4 years, and doing a lot more stuff. The only thing which I noticed, I wanted to say that at this particular stage he's still upscaling and keep on hustling, and he's keep on doing, and that's why he is achieving, and I wish him all the best that he should achieve the next level. But yes, guys, you can become the one if you will use the same strategies. All right. So guys, I know that you guys have still a lot of questions. I can see a lot of questions are still coming in, and so I can request all of you that I'm attaching my link in the chat section. You can DM me, talk to me. Okay, I can also answer your questions because I've also helped 200 plus people. So yes, if you want to ask more question, ask about coding invaders or anything, have any hesitations or anything, my link is into the chat section. You can reach out to me, talk to me, DM me, and I'll help you out for sure, because I love to help all the people who are actually looking for a career change, have some hesitation, myths, pre-assumption. I would love to help you all because I can see that how beautifully you guys were coordinating. All right, let's move on then. Okay, so you enjoyed the session. Now it's time to announce the winner, right? Perfect. So guys, whoever have joined late, now it's time as there where I have to announce the winner, but I'll give you 5 minutes of time. So I am attaching the link in the chat section. Go register. What exactly it is, I'll explain once again. So I started this contest 40 minutes back where I promised that one of you will get a chance to win this course for free. All right. So how you will win it for free? So the link is into the chat section. Go register and give me a thumbs up that yes, you registered. And in just 5 minutes, I'm going to announce the winner. So I'll share my screen. I'll choose one random person, and he will be a winner for this particular contest. And this contest is going to end in just 2 to 3 minutes. All right. So guys, I'll just give you 10 20 seconds. I'm just observing how many people have registered, and then we will definitely going to announce the winner. I know you guys have been waiting for so long. So just a second. So I can see the people are participating. All right. The last registration is from Anshim Datta and then Ekta Singh. Hurry up, guys, because now it's time to announce the winner. It's time to announce the winner. So, guys, yeah. So, I'll just see how many people have registered. So, total 311 people have registered. Okay. So, yes. So now it's time's up. Let's see who is the winner. All right. Before I come to that particular point, just I wanted to highlight some more points. Don't get angry. Just 2 minutes, I'll just take. So, what exactly you'll get in this particular career goals with a coding investors? You all will be getting one-on-one personal mentorship, career packages, fast track job search, 100% job guarantee, and a lot more things. And the gift that is you want, you'll get all these things. All right. And yes, you can have some screenshots about the one-on-one personal mentorship. The personal mentorship is something, what I like is if suppose you missed any classes and you are working and you're just coming home late, You can have one-on-one call. Whatever you missed, you can still ask to your mentors and ask directly. And there's unlimited one-on-one video calls. I'm like, these are the mentors basically, where you can just see that they are actually teaching. So in this personal mentorship, what exactly it is? So there's extra practical session with top mentors. What do I mean by top mentors? Top mentors means VP of data science, high level directors in data science. You'll get a chance to get a talk to them, ask them the questions, and you'll have access of the chat. You can directly chat, get immediate solution for 7 days a week, and there's unlimited video calls. If you have any issues, just make a call and do a video call, ask your question, what exactly I missed, and you'll get it sorted. What else you need? So the resources are available, the decisions that you have to take, to be very honest. Live sessions are also there, group webinars are also there. Okay, the study format is totally group project, modules on LMS, exams, and interactive webinars are there, Q&A sessions are there, group projects are there, career webinars are there, master class from industry experts are there. So a lot of things are there. All right, so these are the things which are available, the formats are available. It's you who have to take a decision and take this action ahead, as simple as that. If I'll talk about the tools, so only these tools are required, to be very honest. Google Sheet, SQL, Statistic, Power BI, Python, and career development. These are the only things that you required to get your first IT job. So it's not sort of any rocket science. You don't need to worry about 15, 20 tools. You have to only master a few tools and get this thing done. All right. Time's up. Okay, guys, stay. Now I have to announce the winner. All right. So Selva is saying who is the winner. So now I'm going to announce the winner because I don't have any more slides. I talked about almost everything. So, I'll announce the winner, and I'll just give you a chance to register because now I am ready to announce the winner. All right. So let me see total how many people have registered. And then on that basis, I'll just share my screen. And so, guys who have joined me late, I'm still announcing that I am going to announce the winner in just 1 minute. I am just looking at my Excel sheet. Whoever has not participated, let me tell you that this contest has just started 50 minutes back. And I'm going to share my screen. I'll choose one random person, and he will be or she will be enrolled for a job guarantee batch of Coding Invaders, which promises job guarantee. And you will win this course for free. All right. So total 322 people have registered. The link is into the chat section. You guys can go register because in the last time what happened is the last person who registered won this particular contest. So I would request all of you, if you are still watching me and not registered yet, utilize this time, register, and then I'm going to share my screen. So I'll just give you 20-second, guys. Okay. 20-25 seconds. I'll just patiently wait and I'll announce the winner. I'm going to share my screen now. All right. So let me see how many people have registered. So total 323 people have registered. The last person is Jagannath. Anybody else who is left? Anybody else who is left? Jagannath is the last person who registered. Avantika is the last person now. Mohsin Khan, Devendra Kashim. So, okay, albeit I can see the numbers are still increasing. So there's a 326 registration. Hurry up, guys. Let's hit it up at 350 and we can just close this contest at 350 registrations, and then we will choose one random person out of 350. Anybody else who's left? Shashwat is the last person. Anybody else? Harish Babu, I can see that these people are registering, so people are still coming. So I'll just give 10-20 seconds. And I can see Aman Kumar, Selva, Josefa Sheikh, Shashwat Dash, Moise. All right, anybody else who's left? All right, so last Ekta Singh. So now I think now I have to announce the winner. It's done now. Perfect. So I'll just see. Still, Charu is the last one. Guys, 337 registrations. Anybody else? Now I'm going to share my screen. If you have not registered, please register. Karthik Jain is the last person. I'm going to share my screen and I can log this up at 350. All right. Some people are saying that they stay in UK. That's nice. What if we are in UK? You can still get a job, not a big problem. This is the skills. I'm going to share my screen, guys. Sorry to keep you wait. Let me share my screen now because it's time to announce the winner. All right. So I'm just sharing my screen. Okay. I hope you guys can see my screen. The numbers are increasing. Let me hide the personal data so that nobody can take a misuse of it. So these are the number of registrations we got. Okay. I hope you can see the screen. So total 340. Chota Chetan. Come on, guys. Stop doing this. Okay. And Akela and anybody else who's left, because I will use this website. What will happen in this particular website is I'll just enter the number. Let's suppose 340, and there's one number against to it. And once I'll enter it, it will choose one random number and I'll announce the winner. All right. So I'll just refresh my sheet. I'll see who have basically registered, and I'll just log the number. So the last one is Chota Chetan, which is at 340. So now let me enter 340. It's already 340. So let me see. Anybody else who's left? Let me refresh once again. I'm giving you the last warning, everybody. It's time to announce the winner. Now I'm super excited. Let's see who's gonna win this. Okay, perfect. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Number 306 is the winner of this particular contest, and he is or she is going to be enrolled in a job guarantee batch of a coding invaders, which promises job guarantee for a data analyst. And in just 6.5 months, he will or she will become a data analyst. That too guaranteed. So let's see who is 306. Are you guys excited? Let me see my Excel sheet. So 306 is Kunal Pramod Deshmukh. Kunal Pramod Deshmukh, you are the winner of this particular contest. If you can see me, Kunal, you are the winner of this particular contest of Coding Invaders, and you won this job guarantee batch enrollment, that too for free. All right. So Kunal, if you're here, cheer up. You can just comment in the chat section that yes, you are here. So what next step is going to be, I'm going to announce it right away, because Kunal, you have entered your email and number. So Kunal, so you will be getting a call from my academic counselor. They will be explaining you. They will be checking your eligibility criteria and everything, and they will enroll you in a job guarantee batch. All right, congratulations, Kunal Pramod. I'm very happy for you. But yes, to all the people. So Kunal is giving me a thumbs up. Come on, guys, be more happy. Yeah, be more happy. So Kunal, you're getting a call. So whatever the number you have registered, I hope you have entered the right number, right email ID. So career counselor will be reaching out to you. If you will miss the call, then you will get a call in the morning, but I would suggest you not to miss it. All right. So once again, very much congratulations. Now, to all the people who have not won yet, I have still one big announcement to make. All right. So I'll just upload my slides and I'll share you something. Okay, what exactly is, because to all the people who have not won yet but they want to go into this job guarantee batch, there is still one ticket where you can, you know, go into the job guarantee batch. So I can show you that how you can still go to the job guarantee batch if you have not won this, because Kunal have won this particular contest. So how you can get it, I'll show you. And there's multiple benefits which I wanted to show you, so that you guys have an idea that what else step you can take and you can get into it. All right, let's move on. So the normal pricing of this particular courses is, who wanted to come into this job guarantee batch, is 11,490. But you are watching me right now, because of this particular Republic Day benefits, we are giving you 37% discount. That is, the pricing will be 7,290 rupees per month, and you can enroll yourself after completing your eligibility criteria in a job guarantee batch. All right, so the link is into the chat section. Go register. I am offering all of you to have a free counseling call. Ask a lot of questions. Do tell them that from which background you are, what problem you have, what hesitations you have, and they will help you. They will give you a free counseling call, and it will be done. And if I'll talk about EMI programs, yes, we have EMI programs. What EMI programs they have? So EMI programs is, I'll tell you that, we don't take any interest. There's like 12 months, 18 months. So 2, 3 thousand or 5, 6 thousand. Sometimes you feel that you are paying per month, because if you, the more you will increase the tenure, the more it will be easy for you. Okay. So all the people, just a second. Perfect. So let's move on. So there's one more benefit, that is, get additional 5,000 bonus for you. Okay, how exactly it will work? Let's suppose if you will refer to your friend, you both will be getting 5,000 discount. All right. If you will refer to 10 other friends, your 10 other friends will win 5,000 rupees discount, but you will get 50,000 straight away discount. So if you will, the more you will share, and that's how you can make the course fee, that is zero. So the more you will share, the more wise you will become, and your network will become your net worth. All right. So guys, this is all about all the people. So Arka Pratim Banerjee is abusing in the chat section because he doesn't have any manners, having a bad upbringing. So I am rejecting you from the webinars. All right. So let's move on. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. I am attaching my link in the chat section. So if you want to connect with me, you can connect with me. Not a big problem. Okay. You can ask me any questions. I'm always there. And if you have any feedback, guys, do comment down in the chat section. For me, if you like the sessions, was this helpful or not, you can just comment down. That will be really, really very well helpful for me to boost up and improve my particular uh, webinars in the coming times. All right, thank you so much, guys. See you. Have a nice day.